So this is why I start things in January. These are most likely not plants that actually end up in my garden. They are my trial run plants. Because it's been a while since I've been working in the garden, my ability to plant well and monitor well and understand what I'm doing well is limited by what I remember from last time I planted something. So what I'm seeing here is that Sweetheart or Southport red onions are more prolific in my growing environment, which is how I grow things, than these others. So I have Southport red and Talon that are doing really well. So these ones probably won't make it. They were just a batch run. I think that my soil is too moist. You can see by the little bit of mold on top, but it's not necessarily bothering everything. I have a really dry kitchen, so most of these can come up and do just fine. What I don't like is how these are starting to curl in on themselves and have kind of a dark tip. I don't like that at all. I see some other plants that are starting to do that, and so I need to ward that off. I believe that's because I have too much nitrogen in the soil, or could possibly be too much water. I already know there's too much water because I see the little bit of mold on the top. So I need to work on not watering too heavily. So what I'm going to do is, once again, my little strawberries did not come up. I really struggle with the alpine strawberries, so they don't work in here, but this is a much drier environment than my other seed trays. So I'm going to start some onions in here and see if they do better. Again, with onions, you want to plant them really thickly, because once they come up and they're green onions, they start to bulb out just a tiny bit, and that's when you plant them in your garden, and you want them to be tightly packed so that they stay small until you're ready to plant them out. So I'm going to use this for my onions now. That is what I have learned so far. Up here, I have some chard that's doing really well. The burdock is doing really well. I have some, is that parsley or cutting? Yeah, that's parsley. And some skullcap and other fun things that are doing well. And even though, I mean, you can see you have some fungus mold here. However, I haven't had anything damp off because I watch it to make sure it dries out a little bit in between, and it's not bothering the plants at all. And I see that these have fallen over, so they're a little bit spindly. However, they will bounce back. When I transplant them, I will plant them just a little bit deeper. I'm going to wait until their roots are doing better, and then I will move them into a bigger space. But you can see, even with that little bit of mold on the top, they're doing just fine. Does it need to be better than this? As long as they survive? No. Even if they're spindly at first, they will bounce back. It will be okay. This is as much a learning experience and a progression as it is anything else.